You take a drink of the cool water. It tastes like wild strawberries. After you get in some climbing practice, but you really... You get in some... After some rest, you feel... After some... After some rest... You get... You... You... After some... After some rest, you feel better. You carefully place some of the candy on the ground. You capture a few of the will-o-wisps in a flask. When you bring the will-o-wisp near the standing stone, glowing runes appear around a six-pointed image. In the center of the runes, you can now see a small hole in the stone. It feels strangely squishy and almost alive. You feel unclean after touching the sign. When you touch the Dark One sign to its image on the squid stone, the sign locks into place in the small hole. The points of the sign seem to point to 6 of the glowing runes. As you complete the name of the Dark One, you feel a distant rumble under the earth, as of the earth shifting, or some unimaginably huge creature stirring in its sleep. Part of the squid stone opens to reveal a small compartment. You reach in to find a scroll covered with mysterious runes. The symbol of the senses at the top is the only part that you can make out. You also retrieve the Dark One sign, which pulls loose from the stone with a slurping, sucking sensation. The hole in the stone closes as you remove the sign. You release the will-o'-wisps back into the swamp. You are in the southwestern corner of the forest. Dank mists rise from a dismal swamp to the southwest. You take an ear of the corn and put it away in your pack. You deftly slip over the gate and into town. You hear movement on the other side of the door. After a few minutes, you hear someone removing the bar and unlocking the bolts on the other side of the door. They all turn to stare at you, then go back to talking. You get a fine meal of roast duckling a la garlic. They all ignore you as usual. You unlock the door to your room and go in. You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Ah, so you are back.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic. The innkeeper nods at you.
Look, he is safely locked away. We should wait a bit to see if the gravedigger shows up.
Well, there you go. Igor's missing. That ties it. The little weasel never goes anywhere, for crying out loud.
Yeah, except when he's with that wacko, crazy, cuckoo doctor.
Why else would that gypsy be so darn close to town? He got a taste for meat.
It was a full moon outside last night, I'm telling ya.
Yeah, somebody's going to jail. Justice must be served, even for that little gravedigger.
Justice? We don't even know if a crime has really been committed. Just relax, go home or to the inn. The gypsy goes nowhere. We can decide what to do later.
But we...
Later, go home.
You say, "Hello," to the group.
Ah, the stranger. Have you heard that Igor was killed and we...
Will you stop saying that? We only know that Igor is missing.
But we already have Igor's murderer.
We have a gypsy, that is all.
But you know that all gypsies are werewolves.
I do not know that, and neither do any of you. If you would stop listening to old wives' tales and start thinking, you'd realize only that the gravedigger is missing, and all else is in your imaginations.
You ask if you can help in the investigation. After all, you are a bona fide hero.
We already have the murderer.
We ourselves have solved this.
We are the heroes here.
Look, if you can prove one way or another what happened to Igor, I would be glad of it. I do not like blaming someone for a crime that may not even have been committed.
Hold it, Flick. Don't you know what a werewolf is? A man who turns into a wolf.
Yeah, when he's sunbathing at night, you know? It's the full moon that does it.
Listen, the werewolf eats children, which don't make him all bad.
Igor was not a child.
Hey, Yuri's daughter was eaten by one, huh?
No one knows what happened to Tanya. You cannot say she was eaten.
What else could have happened? I mean, we have the werewolf that did...
It'll break out of your little trick-or-treat jail and eat us all.
Hans, not one word about Tanya eaten by a werewolf will you make to Yuri. He and Bella have been hurt too deeply. As you are a man, do not open the wounds again.
Well, I'll tell you what, you suit yourself, pal. But at least they can be avenged now upon the werewolf! The gravedigger's missing!
I mean, we looked everywhere. He's usually under my wife's bed.
We even tried to talk to that quack Dr. Cranium.
That ridiculous doorbell!
At first, we thought he might be lost.
Then we found the gypsy.
The gypsy did it. He toasted Igor.
Yeah, and then he ate him. Check his breath. It smells like Igor.
Poor Igor.
I'm telling you, gypsies are werewolves.
Yeah, gypsies are all tramps and thieves.
Gypsies cannot be trusted.
I think we're fixing to have one less gypsy around here.
These avocado...
A gypsy was found right outside the town gates. We brought him here for questioning.
Why don't you have a bake sale, pal, and send away for a clue? Everyone knows that gypsies are werewolves.
Yeah, little Igor was somebody's Big Mac, and you want us to just go home?
That werewolf is a danger to us all. Think of our families and our mistresses.
Do you think I would endanger the town by allowing him to escape? The gypsy is securely locked up. He will not get away. Werewolves are mere peasant tales.
You want to see a peasant tale, pal? Look, we all know that werewolves are real.
Yeah, I saw the movie. They turn into wolves by the full moon.
They are harmed only by silver in wolf form.
They're allergic to wolf's bane.
There's a poem about it, okay? Even a man who's pure in heart.
And says his prayers by night.
Enough! Enough! It is all hearsay and speculation.
May become a wolf when the wolf bane blooms.
Oh, that's beautiful. And the autumn moon is bright.
Or so the charming legend says.
I am trying to do the job to which I was appointed. I am trying to make certain that justice...
Justice! Justice schmustice, Einstein! Was it justice that little Igor was murdered and wound up the blue plate special?
Yeah, the murderer was caught, and I want to hit him. Let the punishment begin.
Right. Then we'll have justice.
Am I the burgomaster or am I not? I have said all that there is to be said about this subject. Werewolves...
You wanna...
And
in... May...
The gravedigger was missing last night.
And we matriculated on down to the cemetery to search, see?
Yeah, but we didn't have far to go. Just outside town, we caught ourselves a werewolf.
yeah, but we found no trace of poor old Igor.
Enough! Igor is missing. We do not know what happened to him. It is none of your...
Perfect. The gravedigger Igor's been killed.
And we captured a werewolf.
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged.
Go home. Just go home, all of you. You do not know the truth yet.
We're gonna make the little gypsy tell the truth, don't you worry.
Yeah, let's see how much lying he does after we take his teeth out by hand.
Dimitri, dude, listen, we...
No, you listen, all of you. There is nothing to be done until we know all the facts. Now go home and let me do my job, please. The gravedigger is missing, and the gypsy just happened to be near the front gate when we were searching for Igor. He is suspected of being a werewolf and of having eaten Igor. come to look at the prisoner, or just to talk some more? It will take more than talk to set the gypsy free. You can talk to the gypsy yourself. He hasn't said much to anyone. Sometimes I think Mordavia is cursed. We live with so much real and present danger that we start to imagine things and overreact. Just because some folks find a gypsy when Igor is missing, they blame the gypsy. Now everyone in town thinks the gypsy is a raving werewolf out to eat us all. They act like frightened fools. Sometimes I'm not certain what to do. I don't think that the gypsy had anything to do with Igor, but unless there is some real proof, the gypsy will burn. I can't leave the gypsy here by himself, yet someone needs to find out about Igor. Everyone else in town just assumes the gypsy is guilty. Igor is missing, and the townspeople seem sure that this gypsy is the cause. I am not so sure myself, but there's very little I can do until Igor is found.
The gypsy looks at you with disdain. The gypsy spits in your general direction. The gypsy glares at you in sullen silence. You tell the gypsy that you will do whatever you can to help prove his innocence and see his release. The gypsy doesn't seem to believe you.
Well then, go do something instead of standing around talking with everyone. If you really are a hero, why don't you do something about this situation? Why don't you... Oh, never mind, just go. It is possible that the gravedigger is still alive. If you are going wandering outside of town, please watch for him. Calm down, everyone. Give me a little more time.
Yeah, well, that's all well and good, Gandhi, but we have waited long enough.
Yeah, he's right. I got first dibs. That gypsy's gonna pay.
That gypsy's gonna make Joan of Arc look like a piker. He's gonna burn at the stake.
Yes, yes. If I cannot find out what happened to Igor before tomorrow, you shall have your burning.
Have you heard? Igor, the gravedigger, is missing. They say the gypsy did it. We may have a werewolf on a stake soon. So, you... What would you like to know about? Igor didn't return to town the other night. Poor man. Something dreadful happened to him. Eaten alive, more's the pity. The gypsy was right outside town. The very nerve of some people. No sooner did it eat poor Igor than it went off looking for someone else to chew on. Everyone knows all gypsies are werewolves. I don't know how I'll sleep with that beast so close. We should burn him as quickly as possible. And I told Dmitri that. Otherwise, who knows what will happen when that gypsy gets loose? We'll all be eaten. You take care. Don't want to see your funeral. You hate that walk to the cemetery. As my husband used to say, come back again, sunshine or rain.
Calm down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I have done it! The world shall not soon forget the genius of Dr. Cranium. The experiment is a success. Behold, Frankie! Is she not something? I'm looking forward to an exhilarating series of experiments with her. Ah, very nice, Frankie. I'm sure you will agree. Just as I planned. I believe she has all the assets necessary to become a premier scientific laboratory assistant.
You say hello to the scientist.
Frankie has been helping to keep me company in your absence. Still, it is good to have you visit.
You talk about your explorations in Moldavia and the many amazing creatures you've encountered.
Yes, that is the way of the true scientist. Do not rely on what others have told you, but experience them for yourself. I am glad that you are finding your vacation in Moldavia an educational experience. I am a genius! I shall be famous everywhere! There have been others who have worked on the reanimation of dead tissue, but no scientist has a Frankie like mine! Whoopee! Science? Ha! You ask me about science? Just look at Frankie there and you will understand the purpose of science. It is to acquire the knowledge of the very nature of life itself and to create what those less informed would call miracles with that knowledge. Here you are. Here you are. This poor, benighted, unscientific town used to be a thriving community. Lately, however, the birth rate has dropped and anyone careless enough to be caught out at night tends not to return. The heavy rains of the last few years have also put a damper on the local economy. The only road out of the valley has become covered by an endless and impassable swamp. I have not received a single delivery of scientific equipment this year. It is terrible. Is she not a wonder? My Frankie, fully functional in every way. In fact, I imagine she could even, I am sorry, but I really cannot reveal the nature of the experiments Frankie and I intend to perform. The world may not yet be ready for them. More importantly, I do not want anyone else taking credit for my results. Besides, Frankie is a little shy.
Could it be? Has Dr. Cranium at last succeeded in the ancient dream of bringing back life to the dead? Or is this just someone who had a little too much to drink at the mad doctor's party last night? You say goodbye.
I trust you will continue to do research throughout the forest. Do not be concerned if you should be unable to reach me during the next few days. Frankie and I shall be engaged in some very important and engrossing scientific research.
You hear a monstrous groaning noise from beneath the fallen tombstone. Perhaps a horrible monster waits below. This headstone does not have an epitaph, yet. How about that old one? Death is just nature's way of telling you to slow down.
Igor saved! Kind stranger saved Igor! Good kind stranger! Igor happy grave, not Igor's grave! Urgh.
The gypsy is gone. Welcome back. I suppose you've heard all the latest news by now. The gypsy is no longer my prisoner. Good riddance. I would not have enjoyed burning him at the stake. I'm just glad this whole thing is over. I hope this is the last of people disappearing mysteriously around here. The townspeople are foolish sometimes. They want easy answers instead of difficult solutions.
It doesn't...
Farewell, and take care of yourself. Farewell, and thank you for helping Igor. I did not believe the gypsy was guilty, and I did not want to burn him at the stake.
Hello? Do you have any news? So? What would you like to know about? Word has it that you rescued the gravedigger, buried alive in his own grave. What a gruesome thought! Why, if you hadn't come across him, who knows what would have happened to him? You know, old Nikolai has been crazy for years. Never could get over the loss of his wife, Anna. It has been years since Anna has been gone, before I even was married. Lost in the woods she was, and eaten by something terrible, so it said. Oh, they were such a happy couple. Now Nikolai's just crazier than a chicken with its head cut off. You take care. Don't... As my lost husband, you...
Igor, very glad not to still be in grave. You Igor's friend now, Good to see you.
You tell Igor how you figured out he was stuck in the grave.
Lucky for Igor, you persistent hero.
You tell Igor the townspeople were worried while he was gone.
People miss Igor? You tell Igor a rumor? Igor now morgue happy than ever. Morgue happy, get it? Little graveyard humor there. Igor not give crypt key to strangers. You not stranger. Igor give crypt key to you. Oh, reports of Igor's demise greatly exaggerated. Grave accident? Little graveyard humor there. That good one. I like it. Igor carve headstone near grave. Igor fall in grave. Gravestone fall on grave. Igor not get out until you get him out of grave. Igor in grave danger. A little graveyard humor there. Staff been in town long time. Dimitri's grandfather brought staff to town. People say Doctor mad. Doctor not mad. Doctor just crazy. Oh, people not like gypsies. People think gypsies steal things. People think gypsies eat people. People think gypsies not normal like Igor.
This ring contains the keys you found during your quest. One of the keys opens the door to Dr. Cranium's laboratory. You have a key for your storage locker at the inn. The key to the Borgov's crypt is on the ring. You have the Adventurer's Guild key. You say goodbye to Igor. Igor nods cryptically. A little graveyard humor there. After some rest, you feel better.